My YouTube name is LIPQY01. It should be shown on the bottom of the screen. That's my PlayStation name. My YouTube name is my regular name. It should be showing on the very top. It's David Keenum, KWENUM.
What about it, eh? Some club.
Please hit that subscribe.
Me and you.
If you like to share, you can share. Please hit the like button. I'm in the process of maybe doing more videos. I just want to try it out. I would like to get more of a session, but there's 10 people, so this should do. Hopefully everything is working okay. What I wanted to do is I wanted to show people, because I was having a conversation with somebody on somebody's different channel on YouTube, and they basically they did not know how to go AFK to fill up their nightclub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to become a CEO real fast. And I'm going to sit down. And I'm going to show you overnight. This is what I got between yesterday and overnight when I was asleep. Pretty much all of it is done but one. So I just got this one. This one right here usually takes the longest. I think it's like 65 or 70 playing hours. And from what I've heard earlier today, that your PS4 is able to stay on for up to 4 days without it shutting off. Me personally, I've only left it on for about 2 days. But anyways, since this is live, I'm not going to be able to cut it or anything like that. So what you want to do is you want to take yourself out of your CEO. And what that does is it keeps your warehouse here in your nightclub from being raided. What's up, Ryan? I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube. So whoever wants to hit me up, hit me up. My name's David Keenum. That last name's special. So I'm not like these other people that's got these made up names on YouTube. I got my name on lockdown. I pay for it, everything, so I ain't worried about my name. So I'm starting this out. I've had a YouTube for a little bit, but today is really my first live video, so I need everybody to hit me up, help me out on the PlayStation 4, YouTube, friends on Facebook, music friends, church friends, it don't matter. Everybody hit me up. I'm live. Family should be watching me right now. Anyways, I'm gonna get my Deluxo real quick. Like I said earlier, 5 minutes ago, is subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and I'll get back with you. But real quick, I'm gonna go over to one of my houses here. I got like 6 houses, and anyways, I'm gonna fly there real quick. Let me turn that radio off. Hopefully everybody in this session is pretty cool. Let me come over here real quick. So like I was saying real earlier in the nightclub, you want to take yourself out of CEO. So your nightclub does not get rated. And at the same process, same time, I know there's a lot of people that's coming out with videos saying to look in the cameras at the nightclub and all that kind of stuff, but that does not work. What that does is it charges you for all your businesses, all that kind of stuff. But what you want to do is to keep from getting charged from other businesses and all that. Balls Deep is your name. Alright, well chill out with the damn Balls Deep. This ain't no damn porn site. Alright, anyways, basically what I was saying, because somebody hit me up earlier on YouTube, so I figured I'll do this video not only for them, but for others, since I'm just starting out. But you want to make sure, like I said, that you are definitely out of CEO. And you want to start up the mission right here. It's called Blow Up. Now, I want to give a shout out because I saw this the other day, and I didn't just make this up. I didn't find it on my own. But I want to give a shout out. I've been subscribed to him. I know a lot of people give him hate and saying that his channel's dead. But if his channel was dead, he wouldn't own a McLaren. So give a shout out to Ross, also known as Mr. Boss for the win, or Mr. Boss FTW. He's got a whole bunch of subscribers, maybe 1 million, 2 million. I can't remember. It's not really important, but I usually watch him every day. Sometimes I watch all of his videos, sometimes I watch half of his videos, but a lot of times he's very helpful. He makes at least 3, 4, 5 videos a day, whether they're important or not. But obviously this one is, because this is the most DLC that came out that has the most AFKing a day, to where you can make $1 million to almost $2 million a day on this game, to where you don't have to cheat, you don't have to glitch, you know, you don't have to work on other cars, you don't have to do any of that stuff. But here it is. I done started the mission up, Blow Up, and all you gotta do is come over here, sit down, watch TV, and I ain't gonna lie, this TV has got some of the most craziest things on it. But what you want to do is you want to hook your controller up to where it does not die. You also want to fix your settings on your PS4 to where your app does not shut down for GTA, and also your controller does not turn off. You want to set all of that within your settings, but you want to make sure that this is plugged up. I usually do it whenever I go to bed, and sometimes, to be honest with you, I sleep for 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours a day. It don't matter to me, but I wake up whenever I want. Simple as that. So I just let it sit here and do all that, whatever. I'll hook it up. I turn my TV off. I turn my sound system off. And that's it. And I let it do that for so many hours. And because that one still isn't finished, it takes 65, 70 hours of gameplay just to rise that one up. But you saw earlier at the beginning that, you know, it was pretty much 90-95% done. I just got that few to do. Now, I'm a little bit slacking today on the video. I would have started the video a lot earlier. But I want to give a shout out. My wife's at work right now. She had a little bit of interview today. So she might get a new job here pretty soon, being a big ass supervisor. So being a big shout out to her. She goes to work every day. She works hard every day. And she's a great wife. She comes home. She does all kind of stuff at home. Shows great love. So everybody that watches this video on Facebook, YouTube, PlayStation 4 Live, everybody show my wife some love. She loves me every day. I'm here today now, showing some love to y'all. Anyways, so I just sit here AFK, and to my buddy Caleb, if he's still on. Matter of fact, the other day when I first started this, when I watched Mr. Boss for the win, I tried this on my own. I was replying to some people on another guy's channel, and it was like, oh, it don't work, blah, 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 blah. No, it works, period. I've been doing it for a week now, since the DLC came out, and I found out about it. And bottom line is, since I have all the businesses in the game, I don't even deal with my other businesses. I just come in here, do this, and I done made, what, $2 million, $2.4 million, whatever. And I went and sold it, and I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I glitch my router to where I do a solo public session, and I can do another trick after I do a solo public session online to where I can invite my friends, go back, change my router, and I join my friends through a party session, and we're left alone and nobody else bothers us to where we can do our own missions. And it's very simple, because sometimes you get in all these public sessions with 20, 25, 30 people, and especially with this new plane that came out, this new jet that came out as of today, and I ain't gonna lie, that's a badass plane. I ain't got to the point on the video yet, but I will buy that jet today. I'll see the new t-shirt that came out today, and I know a lot of people that's asking questions, oh, what's the name of your, of your nightclub? So the name of my nightclub, I named it The Palace. And the reason that I named it The Palace, because when I was watching a video today from Mr. Boss for the win, he said the name Palace is a weird name. No, it's not, but that's my opinion. He showed his opinion earlier. The reason that I named my nightclub The Palace is because where I am originally from, one of my favorite nightclubs slash bar is in the Imperial Palace in Biloxi, Mississippi. They also got another casino in Biloxi that's also called the Palace Casino. So I figured that, oh, that's a correct name, that's a great name. The only thing I'm not happy about is that it's purple. So, but I'm okay with it. It looks great. My wife's seen it. She says it looks tight, it's banging. I got all the #1 stuff in the nightclub for it to look banging. But anyways, the Palace, to me, is pop, it's flare, it's bang. That's all that matters. But anyway, I've been AFKing now for about 10, 15 minutes now. That's all that matters. So what I want to do is I'm going to finish this mission, blow up, and then we're going to find out in how much time, if it's risen, not risen. But bottom line is, if you do it exactly how I told you to do it, that whether you're in your nightclub still, not, it don't matter. You want to make sure that you are not CEO. And you do not want to watch all these other videos where people are AFKing by right next at your desk in your nightclub to where you're sitting there watching the camera, because as you're watching the camera, you get charged a whole bunch of times for all your other businesses. While you're in this mission, excuse me, I had a throat problem, you will not get charged. The only thing that happens while you're in this mission is you will not get paid for the period of time while you're AFKing in this mission. Most people, when they AFK, like on the camera, they'll go from $10,000 to $70,000 while they're AFKing watching the camera. But the thing is, I would rather than not get paid while AFKing in this mission by sitting there, all that money coming out over a period of time every 45 to 48 minutes through all my other businesses. Because that is a lot of money that keeps adding up while you're asleep, or you're at work, or you're in college, high school, middle school, elementary school. I ain't gonna hate, but the fact is while you do it this way, in the mission blow up, you are saving more money, but also adding more money while you're AFKing. And the more businesses that you got, you don't even have to fill up your other businesses. You can just leave them like they are. And those other businesses, because they are not filled up, they will also not get rated because there's nothing in them to get rated. The only thing that will bug you the most is LJT or whatever his name is, which I've heard that for some reason that with a different voice, that's Lester. Now to me, that don't sound right. That don't even sound like Lester. To me it sounds like, no offense to anybody, it sounds like a ghetto black guy to me that's calling about drugs and some other things. But anyways, past that. Bottom line is, this is the best way. Now, you can choose if you want to, when you get done watching TV and you get ready to play your game, you can choose to back out of this mission, or you can choose to finish the mission. Now, what I choose to do is, I know what you're laughing at, Ron. What I choose to do is instead of backing out and just wasting my time, what I have is I have the Deluxo. And what I do is I just fly, and I'll blow up the game, all the cars, all the vehicles. Now, sometimes whenever I do that, I'll get the cops on me, but I'll fly away somewhere, and I'll get on top of a roof or whatever, and I'll hide from him for a few minutes. I won't even call Lester and bug him. But, you know, that's an extra $18,000, $20,000 that adds to your money. Now, in a position that I am, I really don't need money because, you know, I got like $125 million in Grand Theft Auto. Now, a whole bunch of people don't need to be asking me, well, how in the world did you get that kind of money? Well, I'll just say this. It was a lot of work, but I haven't done it in a very long time. But anyways, I just want to explain to everybody how you do this AFK, and it's one of the most easiest ways to where, if you're new to Grand Theft Auto, like a shout out again to my wife, I got her started into playing Grand Theft Auto. I got a friend, I'm going to give a shout out to her on YouTube. Her name is Champlet2. Champlet2. She's a real nice lady. She's real sweet. And basically what happened is her husband got her to playing Grand Theft Auto, and now she has her own YouTube channel. She did start out on a PlayStation 3, but now she's on the PlayStation 4, so much love to Champlet 2. So, kind of in the same way, we got the same history. So anyways, bottom line is, I can get my wife started on here and get her the Nightclub DLC, or she can do it however wants to, and get everything done so easily, a lot more easier than what I did. My first mistake was when I first started, and I got back on last year, back in June and July, when everything started being so awesome with Grand Theft Auto 5 online, was I started out with the lowest business you can buy in the motorcycle business, and I swear it took me a month, 2 months, and I just struggled me out, and I had to learn the hard way not to do it. So anyways, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching this on Facebook. Maybe my friend on Facebook, one of my closest friends, Roger, he's an Army vet. He might even be watching this, but the sad thing is, and I'm gonna put it live on here, the sad thing is I'm gonna give hate to him because he's on the Xbox instead of PS4. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's a clown, so he needs to get his shit together. Anyways, I still love him. But, anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back out of this mission. I'm gonna finish it. It should take me 2-3 minutes. Blow everything up with my deluxe, so it's a lot easier. It's a lot faster. And I'm gonna go check out t-shirts that came out today. The jet that came out today. You know, I seen some screenshots of it on Google. So, you know, I'll probably try to make it look like that. You know, it's a badass jet. In parentheses, they call it the Warhog. I may have to end up deleting one of my airplanes out of my hangar. But anyways, I'm gonna do that real quick. Hopefully everybody that's on or texting, they stay on, they stay live, they show some love. Obviously, my buddy Ryan, he's still on. He's showing me some love. 1 person, 5 people, 10 people, I don't care. That's all that matters. Anyways, if Ryan, you ain't done it already, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, so I can hopefully start getting a paycheck from YouTube.
Dirk.
I got the OCD problem where I always gotta turn that TV off. Anyways, like I said earlier, instead of just backing out, I'm going to finish the mission blow up. Usually I like to spin out right here, turn around, voila. This rain made it more impactful, didn't it? Alright, that's cool. Hey Ron, if you ain't busy or whatever you want to do, if you want to, since I'm busy right now flying this and trying to get this done, if you want to, you know, send me a party invite, or if you don't have to, I mean, it's up to you, it's no big deal, but I got my headset on just in case. Anyways, like I said, everybody, that's gonna pop up. Simple as that. And that's it. And thankfully this time, just like that, because it was so fast, I had no cops on me this time. Usually what I do is I did it too soon that time. And that's it.
Thank you, my boy, thank you. I am honored to call you my son by another mother, if you know what I mean. Peace and love. You have done me proud.
Make sure after this, when this loads up, that you definitely go back into free mode. Always press like. Yeah, I hit the continue button, but make sure you definitely go back into free mode. Don't go to nothing else. Make sure to go back in free mode. Everybody give a shout out to Chevy. I love my Chevrolet. I love my GMC. I got a Corvette myself. In the game, I got like 2 Corvettes. Now, usually what I do is before I put my money in my bank, I always go and do that so nobody will pot me while I'm putting my money in my bank. I don't want nobody stealing my money. People are rude up in this game. People trying to blow up your cars, trying to be hate because you got something better than they do. People are so damn rude up in this game. Well, we only got 12 people. Alright, let me turn that music off. Since it's been 30 minutes, it should have done went up at least 1 or 2 times. We're gonna see when we go back though. I'm gonna disable that real quick. By the time we get there. Watch, somebody's coming around. I'm gonna get this party invite real quick while I'm in the nightclub. Alright, I'm gonna switch my CEO on. And let's see how much it done rose up. We only got 11 more to do. I believe earlier it was on 85, 87. So it's done went up to 89. So probably 89, it'll probably take, to be honest with you, about another 2 or 3 hours, which I don't know if I'm going to stay live for that amount of time. But in 2 or 3 hours, I can sell this. And from what I've heard, whenever you're doing the sell missions, that the vehicles, they last longer as far as when people are trying to blow them up than what they do in free mode. I've heard that when they use those vehicles in free mode, they take like 4 or 5 rounds to where they finally blow up. But when you're trying to sell things, they can take up to 9 or 10 rounds of rocket launchers, missiles, and stuff like that. Which I think that's kind of stupid, but at the same time, I can't really complain. Everybody else, y'all can't really complain either, because you don't want something to last 4 or 5 times and it blows up and they blow all your cargo up, because people are always trying to hate when you got something. But I always see this, that on sporting goods, if you look at that, you always want to make sure that you got a man that's always on your sporting goods. So, this man right here, I always have him on sporting goods. I'll never change him. Now, usually how I do it is after I sell my cargo, I always leave it on cargo and shipments. I always leave it on sporting goods. I first put it on South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and organic produce. Usually what happens is, I believe on South American imports or pharmaceutical or organic, I can't remember, but out of those 3, it usually 2 of them fill up the fastest. And then what I do is after they fill up the fastest, I put it on printing and copy, and then I put it on cash creation. Now, once you start those up, it takes a little bit for them to start filling up. But obviously you can tell because it's so little. Like I was saying a second ago, you got South American imports. You only got to fill up 10 of those. So a lot of people, usually what they do is, because you got printing and copying on 60 of those, and cash creation, you got 40 of those. People usually keep it on those. But the thing is, if you want to sell it earlier, the bottom line is, if you put it on those first, you're not going to make a lot of money, because on South American imports, you make more money on South American imports. So I usually, just in case I change my mind or something happens, or a friend wants to make some more money, or I want to make some money at that time, I always leave it on South American imports. Wait for that to fill up faster, because as you can see, it shows $200,000. So of course, with it being $200,000, I'm going to wait for that to fill up, and I just got to be a little bit more patient for the printing and copying and cash creation. Anyways, what I'm going to do is since there's not a lot of people in the lobby, what I'm going to do is I am going to promote my club, because right now my daily income is only $8,000. I usually keep it around $9,000 to $10,000. I never let it go lower than that. Now, from what I've heard from another person that I'm subscribed to, is that when your nightclub popularity, when that bar reaches halfway, I heard that guy, I can't remember his name, he's from like London or something like that, he like gives you a call and says, hey, blah, 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 you need to get your popularity up, and you got to do like a certain mission or something in order to get it up. And from what I've heard, it goes up a little bit, and then you just got to do up the regular missions. What I'm going to do real quick is, like I said, I'm going to promote that club. Now, hopefully, when this ain't over with, they didn't blow up my car.
Okay, we need to do something big, something theatrical, something Vinewood, baby. We're promoting our DJ on the side of a blimp. Pick it up and fly it over the city. Everyone will know what's going on here.
Whew, we got a little bit of players in the session now. Look, somebody already trying to hate. Look, somebody already hating. That's alright. Take that money out of your wallet. I'm always gonna have more money than you.
Morse Mutual, how can I be of service? Okay.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round. I'll get there as soon as I can.
Yeah, I hate doing this. It always takes a little bit of time, but that's alright. I don't know why it didn't work. Usually when I pop my wheels down like that, that missile usually misses me, but some way, somehow, they got me. That's the first time I've seen that one on a live video. That's crazy. Somebody trying to make me look bad, but I ain't worried about them. Yeah, I just like to get on GTA Online, have a little bit of fun, hang out with my friends sometimes, work on my businesses, make me some money. You know, I don't come in here messing with nobody. What's that? Your accuracy. Yeah. I mean, it just really depends on how you do it, the method you do it. But I mean, it should go up dramatically, especially when you get headshots and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Well, I just now thought of it. I watched the video earlier, and right now, since I'm in the party with my buddy Ryan, and this is let everybody know that those certain missions that you do that just came out pertaining to the nightclub, to where you can fill up your nightclub. I heard that when those missions pop up for you to do those missions, that you're able to go to police stations and go inside the police stations and shoot up all the cops. Look, somebody hating. Always hating. That's probably the same damn guy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave out of this session. Because he's just going to keep messing and messing and messing. This man trying to act like he's a joker. He needs to take that face paint off. Yeah, like I was saying a minute ago, the business battle. Once the business battle pops up, is you can go inside the police stations. I know they got one in Del Perro. They got one, of course, in the city. And the other one, it's like in a little shopping center. It's real small. You can go inside there and shoot up all the police. For some reason, during the business battles, I don't know if it's a glitch or if they did it for a reason. I mean, sometimes Rockstar, they do certain things, and it pertains to the future. You know, like a future DLC. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that here in 2 months, when Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, that basically GTA Online is going to end. It's going to stop. Now, the only question I have to answer to all those other people that have that question or that theory or opinion, however you want to state that, is the fact is a company that's a corporation, a billion-dollar corporation, that sells a game like GTA and it's popular as it is in a short amount of time since last year, but it's been out this coming October for 5 years, that as of last week, it broke another record since December. Now, since sales have slowed down and they have sold 95 million copies, which right now is in third place to other games such as Minecraft, and I believe number 1 is Tetris. I could be wrong on that. But I can understand a lot of people have drifted off to Fortnite, but a lot of people that get on, they might question me and be like, you know, hey, David, how come you're not on Fortnite? Well, to answer your question, the reason that I'm not on Fortnite, and all due respect to others' opinions, is I do not like Fortnite. And even though they do daily or weekly updates on Fortnite, the fact of the matter is, Fortnite is the same game. You do the same thing. I don't care if you have new outfits on. I don't care if they come out with new weapons. You do the exact same thing each and every time. And that's boring. And to be honest with you, I can't see how 30-year-old men like my age and 40-year-old men can get on there and play a game that's a damn cartoon. You know, this ain't no cartoon game. This is a game that's based off of reality and real life. And even though in this game that I'm playing right here, right now, a lot of things in it is bad, but the reality is it depicts the world. The world in a lot of ways is bad. But I'm not out here doing it to promote and say, oh, I'm going to go out here in the world and I'm going to go steal a car, or I'm going to go sell drugs, or stuff like that. But, you know, a lot of my friends, they play it. You know, my friends list, they play it. But ever since this DLC came out, you know, like my buddy Ryan, boom, back on GTA comes, because they keep up with what people want, what they thrive to do, what's fun in life. And whatever's fun in life, and like when I was in my earlier 20s, bottom line is I used to party, I used to drink, I used to smoke, I used to throw it down back in the day when I was younger. But now I got older, I've grown up, I got a son now, so those are my end days, those are my past. I don't need to do that no more. But it's kind of cool to where you can come in the game, you can chill out with friends, you can drink in the game, get drunk, you know, act crazy, own a club, dance, get down as if you're doing it in real life. And it's hilarious on some of the things that you can do. And one of the things that I saw that you can actually do is not only can you bring your popularity up inside your club by inviting your friends to your club, but not only that, but your friends can also receive free drinks. In order for your friends to receive free drinks, you have to provide the drinks to them. You have to serve them the free drinks. So you're a server and they receive the free drinks. Maybe I'll show that later on live. As long as this will pop up and hurry up, I can get there. I had to change my new session because somebody's trying to look like the Joker, trying to hate on my blimp, blow my blimp up. Here I go. I gotta start all the way over and promote my club. That's alright though.
You got a bottle of ice on me.
Oh, so, here's what we're gonna do. For once in our lives, we're going to refuse to be gentrifiers. Some property developers are
This
trying to
mission's hilarious.
piggyback off of what we're doing.
Yeah. Now, usually what I do when I hit this mission, because everybody wants to fight you, is I hit one of these worker guys right here, and then everybody else to take off. Well, you got this little worker guy right here. He wants to be all bad. This man got his little lights knocked out. Alright, that's done. Now, usually what I do, everybody, is I usually get all the cars that's closest to my club to where I go lastly to get the last car. That way, it gives me a little bit of time to go back to the club so the timer run out instead of just going to the furthest ones and getting the closest one to the club to get to where it gives me more time. Get out of here. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go to this one.
sucker! Oh! Oh!
Now, what I don't understand is how come those guys don't carry no money at all. They working for that man to start a nightclub up, but they broke. Ain't that rockstar logic? See, where's the other car at? There it is. For some reason to me it's hard to see because it's red.
You cocksucker! What in the world? Ah! Ah! Oh!
Oh, like there's another business battle. Well, I might do that real quick. See if I can do a business battle while I'm live, y'all.
Great work! For once in my life, I'm not going to be responsible for the death of an interesting neighborhood.
Now, I want y'all to know whenever y'all do a business battle and you got a friend in the session, usually what y'all can do is you blow that product up to where you and your friend can split it. instead of you just taking the whole vehicle. That's if that certain business battle that you're doing. Now, like right here, you got this, it's available. I don't have any friends in the session that I know of. But if they wanted, I would split it with them if I had any friends that really wanted this. You know, I'm cool like that. Oh, I passed the road up. This truck's in my way. It's taking forever. Let me get past this truck. Come on, man. Get out of the way. This is also another good way while you're waiting. Since I got that little bit to wait on, which was 11, it should be around 10 or 9 now. This would be a lot faster, you know, with the process. And usually, as long as there's like 3 CEOs in one session, 3 separate CEOs, every 15 minutes, there should be a business battle. Hopefully maybe 1 or 2 missions to bring my club back up. And see how much that helped. Well, it didn't really help none. It's 89. That sucks. But we can go ahead and go promote the club. Maybe this will be the last one.
All right, 3 long decades in this business, and one thing is still true. Nightclubs run on booze. And no matter how much we charge, the cheaper we can get it, the better.
Let me call my mechanic real quick. I know most people would probably go ahead and fly there. Well, yeah, I can probably just go ahead and fly there. Now, I know a lot of people know that club, it's the most expensive club in the game to buy at the website. But the thing is I know a lot of people say, you know, it's not good whenever a new business or a new DLC comes out, not to buy the most expensive one or the cheapest one because of the amount of players that's going to be around it, which that's true. But at the same time, you know, I went around and I visited all the clubs in their areas, and I tell you that all of them, they look ranked. And to be honest with you, why do I want a ranked nightclub from the outside? And to be honest with you, when I first bought it, you know, there was a lot of people around. But now the more that I started playing it, you know, I don't know what the deal is, but I haven't been around a lot of people. That really bothers me around that club anymore. I hate this mission because I got to be so careful and not hit anything with this vehicle. But most of the time I do a pretty good job. I know when to slow down and hit the brakes, all that kind of stuff, so I'm really not all that bad with it. I swear this is so slow. Needs to drive faster. I knew he was going to take a left, so I stopped. Alright, you just slow down on this curve right here. Look at that, I almost hit him. And see, really that nightclub, even though it's so expensive, one of the reasons that it's expensive is because it's in Vinewood, and technically, if you want to be specific in reality, you know, that area in real life in Los Angeles is so expensive to be around. It's where all the high class people live. That's where they go shopping at. That's where all the nicest cars are at. People driving around the highways and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why that nightclub that I got, you know, it looks so nice. At least from the outside.
Fantastic. Champagne is gonna flow tonight. Hey, I know it's tacky, but I'm the king of tack. I'm Gay Tony, for God's sake. Tony Prince. That's me.
Alright, now that's filled up, we can do a few things online and check those new things that came out today. One of the first things is, I know a new t-shirt, I think it's the Palace t-shirt, came out today, I believe.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll get back to it then.
I'm gonna retire so my club won't get raided.
You need something, huh? One of your rides?
Alright,
Let me know.
I'll see you later.
Where them bitches at?
Alright.
Hey, where the fuck are
It's
you?
coming at you.
Hey, Joanna.
Okay, I got stuff to do.
Off to Izzy last.
God damn, traffic is that backed up?
Yeah, we hooked up. What? No, am I right?
Hey, I could be working on my manuscript right now.
Christ, the whole band? No, not to open this door. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. Bye.
Let me know if you need help. Did you find your size? Those are selling fast. I can tell you have good taste.
I usually save it twice, just in case.
Make sure you come back.
Jesus!
No, I'm gonna get lunch at Limey's. I'm doing a cleanse.
No!
Oh, please. I'm so fat. Really? You think so?
There's a new plane right there.
Wait, you know? Oh, sure. Okay.
Looks like that's the only thing that came out today. Was the B-11 Strike Force. Now I googled this, and on the Grand Theft Auto Wikipedia on Google, and it said the name of it. I googled the name of the what it's mainly inspired to be, and they basically, as far as a nickname, as far as what this is called, it's called the Warthog. But you know, that big gun right there, it's supposed to be a really, you know, awesome gun, but from what I've heard from seeing from previous videos, you know, it's not all that great. But, you know, in my opinion, what I've seen of it so far, you know, it seems great to me. But I'm going to see if I can fit this in my hangar. I might not be able to because I have so many different aircrafts in my hangar. But I'm going to try. And I'm going to show it to everybody. Yep, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I gotta figure out what I want to get rid of. I'm sorry about this hold up, y'all. I'll figure out what plane I want to get rid of.
So he's like a totally important filmmaker, and this country totally needs to hear the story like right fucking now. We need to get it out there, dude. I mean, you could be like the voice box that allows an artist to speak. Well, maybe you wouldn't be the actual voice box, but you could definitely like pay for it and put your name on it like somewhere.
Let me drive there real quick so I can be pretty sure what I want to get rid of. Oops. Looks like they updated the map to where you can take the shortcuts.
Let them through. They've got access to their hangar on base.
And everybody should know if you own a hangar and a base, you know, they don't put the stars on you. Now at first when I bought my first hangar here, I bought the most expensive one, which was like right here. And I changed it because every time I called my mechanic for a vehicle, you know, it would always put it way down there, and I got tired of running down there just to get it. So I got this one because it's a lot closer. And, you know, whenever you ask the mechanic for a vehicle, you know, they send it right to you. Right where you're at a hangar. You know, it's a lot less stress, more time on your hands, and etc. Everybody, before I do this, everybody on Facebook that's watching, YouTube, PlayStation 4, all my friends on PS4, all my friends, relatives, associates, business partners in the past, anybody that has been with me in music or whatever, church, don't matter, my nephew, nieces, cousins, nephews, all give me a shout out. Watch me play GTA 5. I know it's 5 years old, but this game has still got it. It's still got the updates. It's still live. So let's keep the channel going. I want to try and start something. See if I can maintain it. Get into something. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. That's the P45. So I definitely do not want to get rid of that one. I need to refresh my memory, so I'm going to go to Warstock. Check it out real quick. Remember, everybody, just today, the B-11 Strike Force, it came out today. Keeping that. Keeping that. That's the P-45. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping the Pyro. The Mogul. That was in the movie right there. I think it's the Rogue that I want to get rid of. I'm keeping everything else. The Rogue. No. Yeah, I'm gonna sell this one.
Okay, time to get to work. Tell me what you want, and I'll give it to you.
Well, for some reason it's not letting me sell it.
I'm not going anywhere. Tell me how she flies.
Western Rogue. I think what happened was that the reason why I wouldn't sell is because I did some kind of glitch with the planes, and it got to a point to where you couldn't sell those, and you sold them. The ones you kept, you couldn't sell, but the only way that you can get rid of it. Alright, it says it's here. So, let me go back to this. I guess I'll put it there. And, let's see. Well, looks like I don't have enough room for my sea sparrow. I'll just stick it there. Which, if y'all know this or not, the sea sparrow it's a lot faster. It's like sometimes if you go on in, it'll slide. So usually what I do is whenever I fly the sea sparrow, you know, I rise up a little bit and then I land so it won't slide. Anyways, here is the new B-11 Strike Force. Whoever joined us, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I truly appreciate it.
Let's see then.
Alright. Let me upgrade the armor.
Still thinking. How's that look then?
Like I told y'all earlier, the nickname of this is called the Hog.
Congress didn't make us wait this long for funding.
Let me get my cell phone out, look at the picture real quick.
You gotta get this right. It's an important decision. Well,
That's a little bit too dark. It needs to be lighter. It's around the same color.
how exactly do you want to explode people?
We'll try that.
I'm not going anywhere. Still thinking. Don't get requests like this on military contracts. Doesn't add to the aerodynamics, but it looks good. Congress didn't make us wait this long for funding.
If I can do it ice white, or I'll probably go with the bluish silver.
What Air Force flyboys would do for this? You gotta get this right. It's an important decision.
Ah.
Hey, how can I help? No problem. I'll get him off your back. Ah.
This shit is whack, son.
for everybody to know that shows on my worst thought catch and carry. As far as this week, if you're on the guest list, you get the Night Shark for free, and you also get, let's see, the Uber Mac revolver for free. So what I'm going to do is, even though I already have both of these vehicles, I'm going to store them in both of my car, and probably next week I'll probably sell them. That way I can make a few $1 million. Probably about $2 or $3 million. Now I want to say this. Now I know most people, whenever they sell their cargo from the nightclub, majority of people, usually when they sell, they either sell a small portion or a large portion. Now, from what I've heard, I've never tested it because the only thing I've ever done is I tested it out for the very first time whenever I sold product. And, you know, I used the smallest one. And then, of course, the last time I sold, which was the other day, you know, I used the largest one. But from what I've heard, that right here in the middle, this vehicle it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money because it is so slow. You know, and to be honest with you, is that this vehicle right here is a lot faster than this one, and it's twice as bigger. Now, to me, that doesn't make sense. But on the other hand, the braking on this one, because it's so bigger, is a lot worse than this one because of the capacity of how large it is, and this one's a lot smaller. So, to me, you know, I have all three of them, you know, just in case. So, you know, it's better to go ahead and buy all three of them, you know, just to make sure and just to be sure, and you know, don't get in a session that you're not comfortable with. You know, that's always me. Now, usually if I'm not comfortable, if I can't ever find a comfortable session to find to where I can sell, because, and honestly, even though you find a session that you feel like you're comfortable in, and of course, you know, whenever you sell a certain amount of people that are in it, you make more money. Now, let's say, you know, you're in a session that's full of 30 people, maxed out, and you're comfortable with that, which majority of people, they're not comfortable with that, and they still do the work. But then at the same time, knowing that if you're in a maxed out session and you get blown up, your cargo gets blown up, and you may not have no friends, or you may have one friend, which is always good to have an extra friend or two or three to be in your CEO, motorcycle club, however you see fit. But let's say it's just by yourself, or you just got one friend, and you got the most largest capacity that it would fill up, like mine is about to be. So I only got, let's say, maybe 5 left to go, and I'm almost done, filled up, and I'm ready to sell. Usually what I do, and I know I'm live, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Usually what I do is I can't show you here because it will cut me out of the live stream. But usually what I do is you can do it whether you're hooked up by LAN cable or Wi-Fi, it does not matter. Usually what I go is when I go to my settings and I go to do my internet and I set it up, I do it on custom and I put everything on the very top. But when it says DCU and it says 1500, you want to change that to 750. Now, I know certain people that have done it or whatever, they do it while they're online, and it kicks them out of online, puts them in story mode, and then you got to go back online. Usually what I do is I go straight to story mode, I pause it in story mode, I go to my settings, and then after I go to my settings, you know, I go to my network and I change the MCU from 1500 to 750, and then right after that, you got another one, you click on the very top. So all of them but the MCU, DCU, whatever it's called, you should know what I'm talking about once you get there. You're going to change that from 1500 to 750. And all the rest of them are on top. You want to test your internet. As soon as your internet goes through, as fast as you can, you want to go back to GTA 5 story mode, which it will show because you're already paused. Once you go back to that pause menu, you want to go to online and then press go. Once it puts you in a public mode, if there's not anybody in it already, on the very bottom screen as you're loading up, it should kick those people out because those people, their routers, they are registered at 1500 to where everybody else is, and it's not going to register to their internet routers. So it's going to kick them out of your session to where you're going to be alone. Now, sometimes because people have figured this out so much, is a lot more people are doing it, and you can kind of play around with it to where you can make it at 800, 850, 950, but you always want to do it on a 7, 750, 8, 850, 950. You want to keep it like that. You don't want to do it in between. Now, what you can also do is I can tell you this. You can set up a party with your mics. And you can do that same thing. You invite a friend to your public session to where you're alone and nobody can come into your session. But you can invite them to come to your session. It's the only way it's going to work. They cannot just join you because their router is not able to do it. Same thing as everybody else. Now, if you send them an invite to come, and they click on it and they join you, or they join through your party. But it's best that you send them an invite and they accept it. Now what happens is look, my cat's coming here. This is Moo Moo. What happens is for some reason they're able to join, but once they get near you, it kicks them out. And you're not able to do anything with them. Now, as long as they're not around you, it will not kick them out. They're able to stay in your session. Now, what you can do is I learned this trick on my own, by myself, and for the first time on air, live, I'm going to tell you how you're able, in a public session alone, by yourselves, how you can be with other people. Now, you want to do the same trick with your router that I taught you earlier. You invite your friend to come to your session, and they're already in. So as soon as they join, and you see that they're in, what you do is you tell them, you explain to them, hey, we're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. You don't send them an invite to your CEO. You don't send them an invite to your motorcycle club. You don't do any of that. You don't do any of that. What you do is, as soon as they pop in and to that session, what you do is you go back to story mode. And they stay in that session. They don't do nothing. They don't move. Or if they move, they go to your nightclub. Or they go to your cocaine business, or whatever, because you want to do this as fast as you can. Okay? So what you do is you go back to story mode, you pause it. You go back to your router, and you go back to your settings, you go back to your network, and what you do is everything's on top. You click everything on custom. And back where it says your MCU or your DCU, I strongly think it's MCU, you change that back from 750 to 1500. Okay? You change that back. You test your internet, let it go through. Go all the way back to GTA 5. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. No, you don't go to GTA 5. You let it test through, you back out, you go to your party. And what you do is since you're in a party with your mic, You click on that person that's been in the last session and they're still there. You click join session through the party. And what that does is since you just changed it back to 1500, it changes the settings with your friend's router back to yours, but you're in the same session that they came in that you had at the MCU at 750. Now, I will say this. As soon as you can, let's say you want to sell a car, or you want to sell your stock in your nightclub, or you want to sell your stock in your CEO business, or your bunker. Whatever you want to do as fast as you can. As soon as you join in, you load it up, you go sell your stock. And the reason why that is because occasionally people can start joining in on your session. Now, it takes a little bit of time. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. Sometimes they don't join at all. But, of course, you can have 8 people max in a party, whether it's public, whether it's private. But before you go and you change your stats, and of course, you can only have 4 people, max 3 people, in your CEO motorcycle club. So, doesn't matter if you got 8 people in your party. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, whoever's going to be in your CEO, whoever's going to be in your motorcycle club, you want to make sure that before you do anything, that you invite those first 2 or 3, 4 people inside that session before you invite 7 other people, 8 other people, because you want to sell all that stock first. They're the only ones that can help you anyways, if that is the case. Now, in the meantime, once you get back, you want to make sure that they do not send an invite to anybody else, no other friends, and it's not that you're trying to be rude. But the fact is right now in the game, which I've just bought the airplane, I'm down to $121 million. Months ago, I was up to $180 million. The reason why that is because I found the smartest ways to do business by staying away from other players. Now, some people, they get on to Grand Theft Auto because they want to shoot people, they want to kill people. I don't want to do that. That's not my game. I don't care about my kill streak to where other people, they care about their kill streak. If I want to do a kill streak, then I'll pop in Call of Duty World War II or Battlefield 1, and I'll play with my wife or my friends or whatever. So, anyways, I'm not on here to worry about a kill streak and worry about players. Players can kill me as much as they want to. If that makes them feel great, have at it. I don't care. But in the meantime, people, they get all excited as of right now, since Rockstar just proclaimed last week, the CEO proclaimed that they broke another record. They did break that record back in December when the Doomsday Heist came out. But all these people, they want to get back on, they want to play, they want to buy the nightclub. But guess what? Because they've been playing Fortnite and all these other games, which I have too, but the reality is I can play all those other games, but I still have hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank. And people count on me. Like I was helping my friend, he was on earlier, Ryan. I helped him do a heist. And usually when I help others do heists, because I'm so kind and because I'm so nice and thoughtful, I'll let them make majority of the money and they only give me a 10, 15, 20% cut. Now, if there's anybody out there that's on Facebook, YouTube, PlayStation 4 that want to hit me up, you got my name that's on YouTube. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. Most importantly, hit the like button. And as far I see people that are sending me crew invites, I got my own crew. I'm not going to join anybody's crew. It's very thoughtful. I just received one. That's awesome. That's great. But I'm not going to join anybody's crew. Matter of fact, I used to be with a crew before I started my own crew last year around the same time of the year. And I believe I was with IGN or something like that. And when I started up missions, races, if I wanted to sell stuff, whatever, I would try and get in contact with my crew members, and nobody, know what time of the day, morning, noon, night, whatever, nobody would ever join me from that crew. And that crew has so many hundreds and thousands of people within that crew. It's so large. Matter of fact, my friend earlier that I announced, he used to be in my crew, but then he joined that crew. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but he'll start up a mission. We'll start up a mission, and he'll invite people from that crew, and they will join him. Now, I'm not here to complain or anything like that. I'm not doing that. I'm stating a fact. I'm stating a reality is I started my own crew. Plus, I'm a big fan. My wife and I were a big fan of the show Sons of Anarchy. And matter of fact, from what I've heard, is that they're supposed to start a new Sons of Anarchy show. I don't know if it's going to be called that, but from what I know is that his son has grown up and maybe he's going to be a head of the club, or he started his own clubhouse, something of that nature. So whether that comes out this year, next year, or even 2020, that would be great. That would be awesome. And I remember in Grand Theft Auto 4, when they had the motorcycle DLC come out with that, and even the Ballad of Gay Tony, which of course Gay Tony is in this new DLC, and that's awesome itself, because there's only, I think, 2 or 3 people that has been in Grand Theft Auto 4 that, has been in Grand Theft Auto 5, and there's been a lot of people that has, and they're $1 billion corporation. But anyways, the fact is I truly appreciate the invite, and hopefully, I got a new friend. Her channel is called Champlet2. She's on the PS4. She did have one a while back ago, Champlet1, but that was for the PS3. But her husband got her into this game, and she started playing it, and she started her own YouTube channel. And matter of fact, she was having a conversation with some people, and somebody had told her, she was like, Grand Theft Auto is your life. She said, no, Grand Theft Auto is not my life. It is my hobby. She said, my husband is my life. He is my desire. But with that said, he's the one that got her started playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm the one that, got my wife into more interests. I got her a PS4 Pro. I got her Call of Duty World War II. I got her GTA 5. I got her some other games, which she's never even played and probably ever won't. But, my thinking process is to give her something to do besides going to work every day and just maintaining that life. I want her to have some type of hobby, some type of pleasure, some type of happiness, besides just going to work, coming home, and eating and watching a little TV and going to bed. And we can experience those things together. Another game that, that we really enjoy together, and many of y'all may not know this, but, I used to play drums at a record label years ago. I'm a big time drummer player and musician. And so, a lot of people, like I said earlier, as soon as I started the channel today, which is really my first live stream today, explaining, the B-11 Strike Force that came out. If you're on the guest list today, You got 2 free vehicles that you can basically either keep or you can sell for millions of dollars. You know, you got these live streams 2 or 3 times a week to where all you got to do is watch these live streams on Facebook. Matter of fact, today's Tuesday. I think one comes out tomorrow afternoon on Facebook. And all you got to do is link your account with Rockstar and Facebook. And once you link those two together, you can do it even on your game. You can link them together, or you can do it on rockstargames.com. I did both. I made sure, and to be honest with you, I even Googled it, and when I Googled it, it went straight to it. But anyways, it went straight to it, and it was very easy. It was very simple. And to be honest with you, I have made millions of dollars just by watching those live streams from Rockstar. There was one time where I made $1 million. There was one time I made $900,000. There was one time I made $600,000. But I think that's a really cool idea that Facebook and Rockstar Games and other people have made. And because I have watched those people do those live streams on Facebook, and I have claimed money, it does it like 4 or 5 times. But if you stay on, they usually do it for about an hour to 2 hours. And the last money drop that you get is like $500,000. So as long as you stay on there and you pay attention to it, to be honest with you, I don't like doing it. You know, it takes up a lot of my time because I'm trying to play my game, I'm trying to watch a video, or I'm watching TV. My wife and I, we're big wrestling fans, big WWE fans, and we're trying to watch TV or do this, you know, because they come out certain times of day, morning, noon, or night. And, you know, the little claim pops up on your phone right underneath their video stream. And you just press claim, and it could say $50,000 or $100,000. And you just press claim. And usually it takes about an hour or two for it to go through. And then once you load up your game and you get online, it will say the reason that you got your money. So that time, last time I said that I got $1 million, what happened was that I changed sessions, and it popped up that I got $100,000 because of watching the stream. And then the following morning or afternoon, I loaded it back up. It gave me the rest of the $900,000. So overall, I got $1 million. And it tells you exactly why that you got it. Now, also because you're on the guest list, you know, they tell you on Tuesdays if you get awarded $100,000 or something like that. So, you know, I can't remember if I have received that today or not. You know, I should probably receive that tomorrow, because whenever you're on the guest list and, you know, you get money, it takes at least by Wednesday or Thursday for that to come through. Now, I haven't really paid attention with it because I was AFKing because, you know, like earlier in my video, I was AFKing late last night all the way to early this morning. And even though, for some reason, PS4, Xbox didn't get, you know, a new update. PC didn't get a new update. But for some reason, PS4 got a new Grand Theft Auto update. And it has something to do with the saving process. So I have no idea. I know somebody was saying that it might have to do with glitches going on or something like that. But to my knowledge, glitches really don't have anything to do with the saving process with Grand Theft Auto 5, the story mode. That's really online. So, and they wouldn't, I wouldn't recall they would come out with something that's like 200 or 300 megabytes, which only takes maybe 5 minutes to download on your PlayStation if you got reasonable internet service. So that really didn't have anything. And, you know, my wife's PlayStation 4 Pro is all the way back there in the room, and it took maybe 4 minutes to download. So, you know, bottom line is my main purpose, I've been on here pretty much 2 hours and 30 minutes as of today. And I think I was talking with a friend earlier, associate, whatever you want to call them, and they was basically asking if because there's so many methods to AFK as far as the nightclub itself. A lot of people, they do it at the desk where the cameras are at. And I was explaining earlier that if you AFK with the cameras, it charges you a whole bunch of money every 45, 48 minutes, like it's supposed to throughout the game. I was just charged here a few minutes ago. So, the way I do it, the way I explained it, because mine's all the way filled up. And in one of, and I'll show you here in just a minute. I was just going through here and checking out all my cars. Y'all can see that, and I was talking about those, just a minute ago. And actually, some of the vehicles I had in my CEO, I moved around, because of basically the nightclub field. You got the nightclub field. Most people, they dress a certain way. They have certain vehicles. Now, all these vehicles I had already. Period. Bottom line. And like this car right here, the Uber Revolver. If you're on the guest list, you can get it for free. But the reason that I got it with all these others is because most of these are Rolls Royces and Bentleys and stuff like that. But the fact is this this car right here, it's a Cadillac. And if you Google this car on the GTA Wikipedia site, it would tell you that it is a Cadillac, and it's pretty nice. Now, of course, this can get weapons and all that kind of stuff, but I don't need this car for that. It ain't necessary for that. But anyways, I made it real nice, brownish, goldish, creamish, brown inside with the leather and all that kind of stuff, as if a real Cadillac. And of course, usually what I do when it comes to cars and I collect cars is, I kind of research and I Google around these certain cars and I kind of depict them as best as I can as far as colors and all that. And of course, this one, I made it look classy and sportish at the same time. And it looks really cool, with the pearlescent on it. But I remember when I first started, I had this one, full of trucks and stuff like that. But what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll go to level 3 and I'll show you level 3. Now I don't have 4 or 5 filled out yet. For what I've heard, that when the terabyte comes out, it's supposed to be in like 4 or 5. But I did have majority of these cars in my CEO office, and of course I just bought this one and this one. I think this car was in San Andreas or GTA 4. I believe it was in San Andreas. I can't really remember, but I kept the stock tires and rims on it, and I have my choice between the others, and both of these technically are the dark blue. I got the different pearlescents on it, and so I just kept both of them the same. Of course, this one with the bright yellow. But, pretty much, especially with this one, this is, of course, you know, a Halloween car, but it's still the same car as these two, as the Al Capone cars. So the 1920-ish cars. So pretty much, you know, you got all these 1920-ish cars. You know, that's a 1920-ish Bentley. You know, this is a 1920 Ford. I believe this one's a Ford too. But, you know, these going up. You know, this is probably, this might be a 1940-ish car, and I know definitely these are 1950-ish. So I didn't really have anywhere to put this, and of course, when the heist came out in December, I was actually, I heard that they were supposed to come out with it for free. And I remember, for Christmas this past year, I was at my parents' house. We had dinner at my parents' house. And I logged in. I brought my game, console, everything with me. And my parents got a little small TV that we got them for Christmas one year. I can't remember which Christmas it was. But I plugged it in. I could barely see, but I sat down right in front of it. And I logged in on that day just to get this car for free. And, you know, I love that car. The day I got it and I fixed it up, and my dad was watching me and he loved it. And, you know, my dad really knows nothing about video games. He's up there in age, but because he saw this car and he loved the car. One of my dad's favorite cars is, I believe it's a 69 Thunderbird or a T-Bird. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to the nightclub, and I'm going to re-explain everything while I'm still on air. My router that I explained probably 30 minutes ago, to where I can sell my product without being bothered. So I have OCD problems, so I have to change that real quick. But I log in to my secure server, register, and sit down. And I'm going to check it real quick. So it's almost there, right at that point, and I got 9 more to do. So, you know, I just got to wait. You know, 9, 8, whatever the situation may be. Now, like I was explaining earlier, excuse me there, this one, it takes the longest. I don't know why it takes so long, but obviously, you know, once it gets up there, you make a good portion of money. But like this one, which is the most, it only takes 50, you know, to reach $500,000. But then, of course, this one, it takes 100 to reach $500,000. Now, a lot of people I talk to, they, when they go to warehouse management and they hire or buy a technician, they go ahead and they leave them on cash creation and printing and copying. I don't do that. What I do is, to me, it's faster. And the reason I say that is I always keep a technician on cargo and shipments, and I always keep a technician on sporting goods, because obviously sporting goods takes the longest. And what I also do is I keep one on South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and organic produce. And I let the South American imports fill up, and then I let the pharmaceutical research fill up first. And then after this one gets to it, then I put him on printing and copying, because there's 60. And then when pharmaceutical research fills up, I put him on cash creation. And usually, for some reason, that even though this one is 10 and this one is 20, this is only about maybe about a 2-hour difference, if that. I don't know why. But all these other ones with a 2-hour difference, it takes so long. But from what I've heard with the sporting goods, like I said at the very, very beginning of the video when I first started it, this takes 65 to 70 hours to fully fill up on 100 crates, I would say. And that is, you know, when you got, you know, your warehouse fully packed out, man, you know, all the way, you know, with 5. But anyways, but usually what I do is I'm going to back out of this, and I'm going to change this, and I'm going to retire because, you know, I don't want the cops coming, and then with that, you know, I'm going to brighten it up in here a little bit. I like the lights off so, you know, I can see the lights over there. But anyways, you know, I listen to all these other people. A guy called the Professional, you know, he's really smart. He knows what he's doing. But of course, there's going to be times that I disagree with people. And of course, with his situation like mine, because, you know, because he has so much money like I do, you know, like I said earlier, you know, because I bought some vehicles, you know, I have dropped down to $121 million. Now, of course, most people, they don't have that. Now, I've had this type of money for a very long time now, for months. You know, I haven't done any glitches. I haven't done any of that, you know, and mostly, in all honesty, I've been playing GTA 5 all that much. You know, I recently just got on pretty much on an everyday basis, since the DLC will come out. Now, back when a vehicle will come out, like on Tuesdays or something like that, if I want that vehicle, then I will log in on that and I will buy that vehicle and I will store it wherever I want it. And usually the way I do my vehicles, like the sports cars in the sports section, I have the top 10 sports cars in one garage. The sports classic, I have the top 10 sports classic cars in one garage. As far as supercars, I have the top 20 supercars in one garage in my CEO office. That'd probably be in my office garage 1. In my office garage 2 in my CEO office, I have pretty much like the American cars, like the Ford GT. I have pretty much all the models of the Ford Mustang. I have like the 69 Shelby Cobra that's gone in 60 seconds. Eleanor. I got 2 Corvettes. I got 1 Corvette for racing, which I really won't race in it because honestly it sucks. And for it to be a Corvette does not suck at racing. But for some reason they have it to where it sucks. But I also have a yellow one, and I just did that recently because I moved some of my cars around because the Nightclub recently came out and it's got an extra garage. So I put a car here, put a car here, blah, 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 blah. You know, people here recently that got all these houses and apartments and stuff like that, they have been complaining that they need more space for cars because there's one of the reasons that some people play this game is because they love to collect vehicles. They love vehicles. But myself in Garage 2 in the C office, you know, I got the Camaros, Super Sports, you know, the Firebirds and all that kind of stuff because they're all American. You know, even though I got all those cars in my basements down here because they're luxury cars and they go with a Nightclub. When it comes down to me, especially with me representing Chevrolet with my Chevrolet hat right now, me and myself and my wife and I, you know, we got a 2006 Corvette. It's bright yellow. So I'm going to represent on that. So bottom line is, you know, I'm of course I like foreign cars, but if the truth be said right here, right now, if my wife and I went down to the dealership, we went down to the bank and we can afford a car at $50,000, my next car is going to be a ZL1, or maybe if it's true in 2019, 2020, they might come out with an IROC Z28 Camaro. If that is true and it comes with over 700 horsepower, we're going to go down there, we're going to buy that type of sports car because, truth be told is, my wife is Mexican, and of course I'm Southern from here in the United States, representing the United States down here in the South. The fact is, we'll rather go out, instead of buying a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, we'll rather go buy a Cadillac CTS, period. That's just the way that, my wife and I represent the United States. I'm proud of that. I'm Southern. GMC, Chevy trucks, stuff like that. She likes sports cars. We've been talking about the Demons and the Hellcats and cars like that. But some of those cars, they're highly, highly overrated. And what I've heard over recently because of capitalism is, we had a guy over here fixing my internet, and him and his wife was talking about, going to go buy an Audi RS or something like that. And the truth be told is those cars, Mercedes-Benz, Porsches, BMWs, is they pollute the air. The air over there in Germany and United Kingdom, all those cars over there, they pollute the air over there so bad. And they have laws over here that restrict that United States, and it's got to be a certain level. And matter of fact, when it comes down to it, VW got sued by the United States by billions of dollars and told them that they had to change or they could not sell their vehicles here in the United States. And so people try to get in contact because they was doing tests over there in Germany and United Kingdom and England and places like that, and try to discuss things with them about their levels in oxygen when the gasoline comes out of the back of their cars. And they would not contact them. They would not talk to them because when it's all said and done, my father was in the Army. He was a Ranger. He was stationed in Germany one time. My mom, when she was with her ex-husband, she was stationed in Germany. One of my brothers was born in Germany on base. And the fact is an even order to buy a car over there, you got to buy it straight up. Down here, you got to go through banks and APR systems and stuff like that to afford a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 car. But the fact is, a Mercedes Benz over here is going to be $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. Over there in those countries, you can go buy that same car for $20,000 up front. But see, $20,000 up front is a total different thing than buying it over a period of time. It's a lot more easier. But at the same rate, at the same time, I would like to buy a vehicle for $20,000 up front. But at the same time, I don't want to pollute the air to where 20, 30, 40 years from now, you got parents that are growing up having kids, and their children are being born deformed. So, I'm not cool with that. So, if an American car company can build cars over here in America, and they can follow through with the laws, those countries can too. Because like I said, the Corvette in this game is so underrated. If they literally took a ZR1 Corvette or a ZL1 Camaro and they put it in this game, they're going to go against any kind of Ferrari, Porsche. It don't matter. It's going to go against it. It's going to beat it. And the reason that I say that is because I got a favorite racing game over here, and that is one of the most populated cars that I use is Corvettes and stuff like that. and they go against any kind of vehicles. And, you know, my wife, she got it for me. She got the VR for me. It came in all one bundle for Christmas. And that racing game is top of the line. It goes good with the stats, everything. But in this game, even though they don't depict the cars, you know, like for the Corvette, they call it the Coquette. You know, because even though Rockstar is making billions of dollars from this game and it's the third best selling game in the world, you know, they are already at 95 million copies as of last week. But at the same time, sales are dropping. And the reason why that is because in October, this game will be 5 years old. And the only people that are getting into this game and set a new record this past week is because past players are logging in and playing it, not new players. Because when they look at this game, they're like, oh, okay, this game came out with a new game, it's falling down. And players also think that just because Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out in October, they think that they're just going to stop making DLCs for this game. And it's not going to happen. Why? If this game is making billions of dollars in shark cards and sales alone, even though sales are dropping for this game, and it's only selling at $20, $30, $40, $50, and the new game that just came out, GTAV game, you know, they're trying to sell it with bonuses for $40, $50, which I wouldn't do. That's crazy. But anyways, the fact is, the point is, you know, like a friend told me the other day, they are going to keep milking this game. DLCs may not come out as much. You know, you got 2 DLCs that came out last year in the summertime. Then you got one that came out in December. You know, then you got the one that came out, I believe, was in March. But you know, all it did was really come out with the races and cars. And then you got this one that came out late. You know, this DLC actually is probably like 2 DLCs within one, because it took all the businesses and put them together in one, except for the car business, the vehicle business. But from what I've heard is when the terabyte comes out, you can take the vehicles and put them in the terabyte and then go transport them and sell them. But also within the same time, you know, these other cars that you use to sell your stock, is they take less rockets in free mode, but whenever you're selling them, they take more rockets. You know, there's always going to be the good in something, but there's also going to be the bad in something. Nothing is always going to be perfect, but at the same time, people got to understand that even though a video game is a video game, it's also part of a business organization. And these people have got to make money. And, you know, the people that own Rockstar now is 2K. And, you know, you got 2K Sports, you got this, you got that. And because my wife and I are wrestling fans, you know, they put so much in this game, they put so much in the Red Dead Redemption, and most likely, you know, GTA 6 will probably be out by 2020. You know, people can say all they want to, that it's going to be out in 2022. That's stupid. That's a stupid opinion for them to sit there and think that Grand Theft Auto 5 came out first in 2013 for the PS3, came out in 2014 for the PS4, but then it's going to come out in 2022. Nah, ain't going to happen. You know, they're going to do the same thing that they did with Red Dead Redemption, and then same way they came out with GTA 5, and it came out 2 or 3 years later. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to wait for the PS5 to come out, and they're going to come out with it. Because that's how they're going to make money. Because they know that the way Xbox is selling right now and the way that PlayStation, and even though PlayStation 4 is more expensive than the the Xbox, everybody knows which one comes out number one. You know, and it's no different. It's same thing with how much I got as far as the money I got. Not everything is about how much something is. It's about what it's worth, what it does, what its value is. And that's reason that when it comes to this game, you know, it's at least within one of my top 5, top 3 of all over the years since I was, you know, 5 to 8 years old, since, you know, I have been playing video games. You know, and another one that I like, and I know a lot of people have been dragging on it over the past few years, and that is Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is a very good game. Has been, and it's been nominated, especially Assassin's Creed 2, which Assassin's Creed 2 has been to where in certain countries that you're not even able to play it because of the graphic scenery within that game itself. You know, I think GTA 5 is on that list too, because of the scenery that is on that list. But anyways, like I said earlier, you know, a lot of people have been talking about the Palace, and the reason that I put the Palace is because where I'm from, in Vegas, they own a lot of the casinos in Biloxi. And they got 2 different casinos. They got the IP, which is known as the Imperial Palace Casino. And then they have the Palace Casino. Well, anyways, me growing up, from 21 on up, the IP has probably one of my favorite bars / clubs in it. So between me growing up, memories and etc., and I know a lot of people was, you know, complaining that they couldn't put their own names, but they did it because whenever they do the storyline, they do it whenever they're talking about it, to where they can talk about, you know, what's on the list, you know, the Palace, the Galaxy, whichever name that you have chose, you know, to put on it. And, you know, DJs, the Televus, and all that. You know, of course, and a new DJ came out today. But anyways, you know, I'm just walking around waiting for my stock to go up, talking with y'all, chilling with y'all, giving y'all advice. At any point in time, whether it's on my Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, you know, it don't matter to me. Ask me questions. Give me some advice. You know, like earlier when I very first started, you know, I wasn't bugging nobody, I wouldn't bother nobody, and some guy looking like a scallywag, trying to look like he's a Joker in the Dark Knight, which you know he ain't, because the reality is the Joker in the Dark Knight, you know, he's done passed on, bless his heart, he's probably with God today. The fact is, he ain't him. And me flying around with a blimp ain't bothering nobody, trying to represent my club. You know, he wants to shoot me down. So, you know, whatever I gotta do in order to stay away from players like that, in order for me to make money, because if I'm out there, you know, I'm a husband now, my time is light. You know, you got all these other people that's on YouTube, and they take all this time, and they put it in their videos, and they play this game. That is a lot of time from their family, from their children, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit there and somebody blow me up, and then I start shooting them, and they shoot at me, they kill me, I kill them. You know, I'm not going to waste my time on that person. I'm getting on here for certain reasons, and it's not because of other players, whether they're my friends, whether associates or whether they're just other players or kids. Because honestly, most people, when they want to hate on somebody, they don't want to blow somebody's vehicles up. They want to blow your vehicle up right behind your club. It's because, for one, they ain't got no money. So they want to hate on somebody else. And then when you try to give them advice, they don't want to take your advice. Are they too lazy or something? So I'm on here to say, okay, well, I know other people. I communicate with other people. I take the time and I listen to other people, and I come on here. Instead of other people just going through the videos and deleting this, what I'm going to do is when I feel something good comes out for the GTA community, I'm going to come out with a live video. Whether it takes me 30 minutes, whether it comes out for an hour, 2 hours, it doesn't matter to me. The fact is, some things is better, like when I watch Champlin 2. She comes out with majority of the time with just live videos. Especially when a DLC comes out, you know, she'll go and she'll buy every nightclub, every facility. That way you'll know the outside, the inside, everything you need to know before you buy it. That way you won't buy something and then you got a whole bunch of players around it and they're blowing you up, killing you, shooting you up, and you don't have enough money to go get another one. Even though you got to pay for it and you'll get some of that money back. But still, it costs a lot of money. And let's say me right here, right now, let's say I don't like this club no more and I want to go get a different club. It's still going to cost me money because unlike other businesses, everything that you bought with the other businesses, it would just carry on with you. But in this club, you lose the dancers, you lose the lights and this and that, and you got to redo it, and that costs a lot of money. Now, if I wanted to, I can go do that because of the hundreds of millions of dollars that I have, but I don't want to do it. So what I did, like I said earlier, is I drove around and I looked at each and every club and I checked out the insides and the location. And like I told my buddy earlier, the reason that I chose this area is because in real life, you know, this is a real popular area in real life. It's where all the high celebs are at. Rich people, high middle class people, all the nicest cars. And honestly, if you look at the outside of this nightclub, even though it's the most expensive, you know, it has the nicest outside to it. I looked at all the other clubs, from even the one that's right down the road, and it's got a lot of space, but even though it's got a parking lot next to it, it's like split off by a fence. And why do I want to go around to a fence for? I mean, that don't make no sense. From what I've seen is that's the same club that, you know, Mr. Boss has, and I don't want it. It's got, you know, big space, lend you air, for cars and lend you, helicopters and stuff like that. But, you know, I chose this one not because it was just expensive. I remember a while back ago, last summer, I chose the most expensive hangar at the military base. And when I try to order vehicles from the mechanic, you would have to run all the way down the road just to go get a vehicle. And I got tired of doing it, so I got the one on the other side to where whenever you order your vehicle from your mechanic, it'll spawn right there next to you. You just got to get in it and you just got to drive away. The only difference is to be honest with you, a lot of people have that hangar. But like I said, when I first got on to Grand Theft Auto, yeah, a lot of people was around my hangar because it just came out. But now that it's a week old now, I believe, is, you know, lesser people are getting on it, and I'm spawning in, you know, to where really nobody don't have it. Matter of fact, of all the days that I've been playing it, when I first logged in today, you know, people have there was one guy, but he really didn't even mess with me. But I want to show y'all real quick. But after, I don't know, I think 1 million or 2 million of sales that you make within the club, that's a prize that you get, that little box. And then, of course, you know, that star. And I think I have to get my camera out. But I think it says like #1 club or something like that. We'll have to get closer. #1 nightclub. I think you got bronze and you got silver and you got gold. So, I think once, you know, you do all the missions and, you know, you keep it at a certain rate, I know you get a prize for, like if you dance a certain amount of time in your nightclub. It just hasn't been a #1 priority of mine to really focus on and check out. But if anybody is interested into that and it's just, you know, a really big deal for them, then I would definitely Google it, look into it. If you can't find out, I'm pretty sure I can find out. You know, about the only two things that are bothering me is, I know the ATV, the beach ATV, at the beach, I have it stored in one of my garages. I just don't have it insured. And I want somebody to contact me and say, hey, you know, I know this person, and they can explain how to insure that, because I want to take that and I want to put it in one of my garages. I have a garage that's filled with sport bikes, a dirt bike, a four-wheeler, I think it's called a BFJ or something like that. It's like a dune buggy. And I want to put all that together with that beach ATV because, you know, it looks like a regular, it looks like a regular ATV. And maybe even change the color of it, through the app or something like that, the iFruit app. And then also, you know, another thing that I want to do is, you know, I got a couple, not that one, but what I want to do is I want to be able to, with this diving suit, I want to make it look more of the Navy SEALs or the Navy or something like that. And I would like to do a glitch to where you can have the pack on your back and even the flippers, and you save it and it stays on without just it processing once you get in the water and it just comes on. I want to be able to do a glitch to where, and I can even change the whole outfit. I can make it black or whatever, you know, but I want to make it look, even with the mask, you know, that's the way I want it, because, you know, I have, the glitched out, with, you know, that's my army. That's the thing you do on the yacht. Then I did that with the Navy. And, you know, then I have this as far as U.S. Navy diving. Then I have an Air Force suit. You know, I did the SWAT. You know, and then I use this for heist, and then I use this one for missions because, you know, you got the bulletproof helmet and mask is kind of cool, and then, you know, you got the heavy utility, you know, as far as uniform on that most people use, you know, but I got racing, you know, car racing, you know, bikes, and, You know, I have this one. This is kind of like something I would wear, kind of like the Jason Aldean look. You know, this is what I usually wear in the spring and summertime. You know, this is my summer suit. You know, this is like one of my business suits. This is my party suit that I've been wearing. And this right here is it's a CEO office, suit. And, basically what I did a while back ago is, I set my last location close to a store. And, basically what I did is I kept spawning to a new session. And basically what it did is it popped up and it showed that I was like in one of my regular clothes. And then I went inside the store as fast as I could and went to, I believe it's the pants section. And then once I was in there for like 5 or 10 seconds, excuse me, this popped up. And then as soon as it pops up, what you do is you save it. And usually when something like this and I'm doing a glitch outfit, I save it about 3 times now. I used to do it at 2, but I do it 3 times now to make sure, with all the updates and changes that they're making, that they're saved. But I was watching a new video of a guy I watched. His name is Pack Boy or something like that, and he did a new glitch, and it's basically, excuse me, y'all, I'm tired. I've been kind of sick these past few days. But he did a glitch to where you can get the black CEO vest and you can put it on certain outfits. And I actually been wanting to do that. That black CEO vest and another one that's a CEO outfit. I've been wanting to put it on, you know, I've been wanting to put like the CEO vest, the gray one on this outfit. You know, and you know, I would like to put the black one on one of them, but some of these glitches that they do, you know, is really cool. Anyways, what I need to do is I need to check my nightclub real quick. Well, it ain't there yet. Just got a few more to do. Most likely, this is what I'll do before I will get off of here on air is, I'll probably hire the new DJ and go through that little story real quick live with everybody so y'all can hear it. Do this real quick. I'll do a few of these missions and then I will hire the new DJ that came out today. Then I'll get off. I appreciate anybody that watched me live on YouTube, that watched me live on Facebook.
Okay, so this club needs some help, but maybe we just need some laser-targeted marketing. You're gonna bring in some big fish into the club, then all the little minnows are gonna follow. Cool. Let's see if these folks are the influencers after all. I want to see hashtags. I want us trending. I want people to come here again.
Heads up, we have incoming.
How you doing?
Yo, I've got you a VIP to collect. Bit of a celebrity, actually. Total friend of mine, Poppy Mitchell, huh? She hasn't actually said where she is and kind of blocked on her bleeder, but I think we can figure it out from her Snapmatic profile. I'll send you the most recent post. We'll find her, pick her up, and bring her to the club.
This thing ain't good at sliding. Oh. Whoops.
Hey, there you are. I knew I should have called you. Oh, you're late. I'm only doing this because I owe Tony. His last partner in Liberty City ran off the paparazzi with a fire truck. Amazing. I need a night out. So tired of deleting all these assholes on Bleeder. If I wanted a picture of your junk, I would have asked for it. My tween fan base is going to love my Snapmatic post tonight. I'm a brand evangelist, you know. Spiritual stuff. If Lacey Jonas is at this club, I'm gonna take the high road and not clock that bitch. I'm her role model.
She's here! It's amazing! If we can get her to post from the club on social media, do you know how much that's worth? For all of us? Does my hair look right?
Good to see you, boss.
All right, I want to see everyone posting this on Life Invader. Poppy Mitchell's partying tonight.
What's up, homie?
Alright, because it just came out, like I said earlier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to book Dixon, and then once the mission pops up, I'm going to do the mission and then head out.
Nice one, geezer. Dixon on the decks. This is a big one, mate. 11-hour sets. He'll play everything. I once saw him wait a whole hour before even dropping a beat. I had a huff of the old spirit molecule, mate, so maybe my timekeeping was a little off. But you get my point. He's the party professor, and he's playing our joint. Lovely jubbly. I'm heading over to the Richmond Hotel now, picking him up. Meet us there, sharpish, all right?
Whatever, man.
Fuck. There you are. What kept you? Little problem.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, Dixon, my man. Hold on, wait there a sec. I was watching his stuff, and someone nicked it. I was in the car seat, freshening up the pipes. You know how it is. Spiritual quest sort of thing. Fucking hell, some little bugger robbed me. Oh, my God. That's his bag there. You go get it back. I'll distract the talent. Dickie boy, have you ever considered getting Reiki? It's very spiritual.
What the fuck is Reiki?
Hey, you got the bag? Nothing, mate, nothing. It's just a porter geezer. Bring it back here and let's get moving then. Club sandwich, Dick.
Look at this. Bags are in the taco already.
Thanks, yeah.
Right. Take us over to the spot, won't you? Smooth as mustard. You know this little ninja owns the club?
Good to meet you. Hey, you work with Tony?
Tony works for them.
I've heard good things about the place. We'll have a good time.
Los Santos. You'll love it, son. You're a football man, right?
I used to play.
And here we are. Don't look like much, but you'd be right at home. Dicko, we are in for a treat.
Hopefully we have some fun.
Wicked. LS, the scene, it's got some growing up to do. I mean, the club shut at 2 until about 10 minutes ago. What they need is a proper masterclass from the master himself. Show them some of that Berlin spirit. 8 AM in a brutalist masterwork. Gone through the ringer and come out the other side. You used to play 11-hour sets, right?
All night long. Those were the good times.
Don't have to tell me, mate. They still are. It's going to be beautiful. Trust.
Lots of hot guys here tonight.
Alright everybody, I am gonna go check out that that shirt real quick that I just unlocked for buying out Dixon and making him a resident. So I'm gonna go check that out real quick at the store, and after that I'm gonna go to the apartment and I'm pretty much gonna show you how to AFK real quick, even though I've already done it at the very beginning. And that's gonna be it for me.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. Aight, I'll get back to work. What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round. I'll bring it by.
Hey, look at this damn fool! What's that shit all about? Right? Mother to son.
Welcome. That material is imported. Make sure you come back.
Hey, you still owe me from that one time.
Alright, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to go to one of my apartments to where I know the TV will work, because if you do this AFK, it will work, but some of the TVs don't work. But in this one, the TV does work, so I've been doing it just about every time in this one. I used one apartment last time because I was in a hurry last night. I used a different one, and during the mission blow up, the TV did not work. It was like the TV was off, but even though the TV was on and I was watching it, but like I was saying, you make sure that you are out of your CEO, you're out of your motorcycle club, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to the contact mission, blow up, and this is for your inventory in your nightclub. So I'm definitely out of CEO, I'm definitely out of motorcycle club. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online, jobs, play job, Rockstar created, missions, and I'm going to go to blow up, start that up. I'm going to start it on my own. I'm going to play it on my own. Don't add a friend. Now sometimes while you're AFKing, you know, on the beginning when somebody loads up, they're going to see that you're in a mission and they might join you. Now if somebody does join your mission while you're AFKing, they're not going to bother you. They're not going to mess with you because you're in your apartment. You started it in your apartment, and you know they can't finish it because you're the host. So they're gonna have to drop out. One of my friends did that. He didn't know what I was asleep. He was trying to text me, and usually when I go to bed, I put my phone on silent, and you know, and I don't answer it. So you're gonna start it on your own, but you need to start it in your apartment. Go inside your apartment, start it up, just like this. I load it up, and make sure that your settings on your PlayStation is set to where, for a period of time, that it does not turn off your application, which is your game. So, watch TV, turn TV on, that's all you, that's all you have to do is just sit here and just watch TV while the mission is going on. And what that does is it prevents from, since you have a whole bunch of businesses, it prevents all that money from coming out of your bank. That's number one. If your storage is filled all the way up, it prevents it from cops being around and, you know, taking advantage of that situation. So, but at the same time, that's the whole point of you being out of your CEO / motorcycle club. But in the meantime, the only difference is at the nightclub, if you was AFK and watching the cameras, your money in your nightclub would go from 10,000 to 70,000. But while you're doing this mission, it does not do that. But in the meantime, because it takes so long for that to build up, if you did that to camera, there's going to be more money while you're AFKing coming out of your bank account because of all the businesses that you have, your mechanic, and all that kind of stuff, because you have to pay them off. So it's better to do it during the mission, watch TV during the mission, and like I said, some apartments that you do this in, you turn the TV on and the TV is not on, it's black. But it does not mean that you cannot do this. Because I did it last night in a different apartment and the TV was black, but the TV was on. You can change the volume. The same buttons was on. You can select the channel. It's just that the TV was black. You couldn't do anything. So that does not mean that you cannot do the AFK. Technically, this is not a glitch. It may seem like it's a glitch, but it's not a glitch. So, but as far as a DLC that has came out, this is the most DLC that you can AFK in order to make a large amount of money. Here within a few hours, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch a little TV with my wife. We're gonna eat, for about 30 minutes, if that. But we're gonna watch TV, and she'll probably go to bed. And then in the process, by the time she goes to bed, and maybe about midnight or 1 o'clock a.m., it should be able to be fully stocked up and loaded. And then what I am going to do is like I was saying earlier, that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to GTA 5 story mode. I'm going to go and change my my router and my settings, and basically I'm going to change that from 1500 to 750. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to online and press go. It'll go to whoever is in the session. It's going to kick them out. And as soon as I load up in my nightclub, I am going to sell all that stock. And then after that, I'm going to finish out through the night. And I'm going to set them to how I say, in my opinion, how you should set them once that's over with. And and probably instead of me AFKing, probably what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to let my PS4 rest. Instead of having it on all night, I'm probably just going to go ahead and shut it down tonight and leave it like that, and that'll be it. So, if anybody that watches this later on, my PS4 is LIPQY01. It actually stands for Lippy01, but again, it's LIPQY01. My YouTube name, of course, is David Keenum. I did that for a reason. I know people use different names for YouTube, but I'm going to keep it like it is. As of right now, unless anything else happens, then I would change it in the future. Like I was saying earlier, as far as me doing a live video for Grand Theft Auto 5, this is my first one going into details about today, especially since it's Tuesday. This is the second week that the DLC has been out, and I explained about the AFKing, because there's so many different ways how to AFK, but as far as my terms and everything that's going on between other people that I've spoken with and seen, this is the the best way on how to do it. It keeps everything safe. And on top of that, like I said, when you get done AFKing and you're ready to start playing again and check it, you can either back out of this mission, or you can go ahead and finish the mission and go ahead and make an extra $20,000. I go ahead and finish it because I use the Deluxo and I can just fly there. I'll blow up all the vehicles, and 95% of the time I don't get the cops on me. I blow up the vehicles real fast, I fly away, go there, the mission's over with in less than 5 minutes once I start playing. And that's pretty much about it. So I want to appreciate everybody for logging in, and Ryan, a big support. He came in, I sent him an invite on the PS4. Today's a big work day. Today's people's busy. Anyways, people can probably see me on Facebook, YouTube, PS4. Like I said earlier, is when something else comes up and I feel like I can do something live, I will do it live. I'll do it on the air instead of cutting it out. That way, instead of me just explaining everything, I will show everybody live how to do it. Anyways, much appreciated. I'm going to head out. And much love, much support. Again, LIPQY01, aka David Keenum. Facebook, YouTube, and so just help me out, show me that, and thank you for everything.